Welcome to the second video of the complete Helium 10 course. In this video, we're going to see how to find profitable products by segmenting with keywords. In the previous video, we saw how to do it by segmenting by products, and this time we're switching up the method a bit and using one that I personally like a bit more and that usually gives me really good results. So, I'm going to explain how I do it, what filters you need to set, and go over everything in detail. To access the tool, we go to Products, BlackBox, and here we select Segment by Keywords. In the first video, we segmented by products, and if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go watch that video first because there we explain how the filters work in more detail. That way, I don't have to repeat in this video how everything works and explain it all over again. So, let's move on to filling in the most important filters and the ones I recommend you fill out, which are the ones I already have completed here, as you can see. First of all, search volume. Why does this show up? Because with this method, what we're going to get are keywords or search terms. In the first video, remember that we got specific products. Here, we're going to get keywords you'll see in a moment, so it asks us for search volume. Here I usually set a minimum you can put, for example, 15,000. That is, the terms that come up should have at least 15,000 monthly searches. I'm setting this for the Spanish market, for the United States market. If you want to sell in Spain, you might want to lower the search volume a bit so you get more results. Billing topic, same thing. You can set, and now I have a gift for you. I know how important it is to use tools like Helium10 to create and scale your business on Amazon. There are people who decide not to invest a small amount of money in this, in having complete tools, and in the end, their competitors overtake them and it ends up costing them much more. That's why I've managed to get 2 really good discounts so you can use all the Helium10 tools and achieve the best results in your Amazon business. You can choose between a 20% discount for the first 6 months or a 10% discount every month with no limit. So now you know, the link is in the description. Set it so that only terms with at least $10,000 or euros in monthly revenue show up. Price from $20 to $60 or from $20 to $70, depending on your budget. For reviews, set it so products have a maximum of 1,000 reviews and at least 4 stars. This is also important, and I always recommend setting it in every method, especially the minimum star rating. Word count topic, you don't need to set it. This is just in case you want terms with at least 3 words or a maximum of 2 words. So it'll show up that way, but it's kind of pointless. Categories, just select the ones you want. Here I've selected a few, as you can see. Then, number of competitors, 1,000, for example. Okay, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, that's not too much competition. So here you set it so that you get results with fewer than 1,000 competitors. Now, what I wanted to explain to you is keyword search. This is so that we get results with a specific word that we enter there. For example, if we type in t-shirt here, we'll get terms that include the word t-shirt. For example, you might get t-shirt, FC Barcelona, Real Madrid t-shirt, red t-shirt, all kinds of t-shirts, okay? But it includes the term t-shirt. If you want to exclude a specific term, it's the same thing. Here, if you enter t-shirt, you'll get products that don't include the word t-shirt, okay? Just so you understand. And that's about it. The age topic is just like we saw in the first video. If you want to set, for example, 12 months so that you get newer products, you can do it, but it's not necessary at all and I don't recommend it for this method. Once you've done this, you can see it's pretty simple. You don't need to fill out the other filters. They're not really relevant. So, once this is done, we hit search. And here we'll see the keywords or search terms related to the filters we've set above. You'll see that this method is a real gem. I use it a lot, and I highly recommend it because it works really well. And that's why Helium10 is so important, and I want you to understand that. because you'll see how well this works and how much data we can get, having all the numbers just a click away. So this really adds a lot of value to a business. In the end, if you don't have data or know your numbers, you can't grow a business. And that's why it's so important to use Helium10. Let's take a look at how it works. In the previous method, you saw that we got specific products with their images and all that, but here we get the keywords. For example, this first one, let's check out what it is. You click here on the 3 dots and then on View on Amazon. And here it takes us to the product. As you can see, it says the same thing that's written here. It looks like it's a basketball for kids. That's what it seems like. It's selling 3,000, 500, 1,000. It could be interesting. Also, it doesn't have too many results, 452 competitors. Remember that we set this in the filters, here it is, so that we would only get results with a maximum of 1,000 competitors. It works perfectly, and here we have 452 results, which is right within the range. So now, we would need to dig a little deeper into the product to see how we can set ourselves apart, maybe by price, by bundling, by colors. There are many ways to differentiate, calculate profitability, and see if it's worth it for us. But anyway, if we found it interesting, we would simply select it and click Add Keyword to our list. That way, we already have it saved. And that's what this is about, spending some time searching, checking out the best options, and adding the ones that fit us best to the list. Then, from those, we decide on one or several, depending on your budget. Also, the search volume is important. Remember that at the beginning, we set it to show us terms with at least 15,000 monthly searches. So, following the basketball example, we see that it has 18,000 monthly searches. So, it's within the range that we set. For example, this sickler, I'm not really sure what it is, but we can see here that, there are 42. Let's see. Let's enter it. Okay, there are 103 results, 103 competitors. Well, that's interesting. 4,000 purchases, 4,000, 3,500. I don't know if they're cranes or what they are. We'd have to analyze it in detail. But you can see here that we get 41 phrases based on the filters we've set, which could be very interesting. You can see that this is a very simple and effective way to find profitable products. Now, as always, I'd appreciate it if you could let me know in the comments what you thought of this method, if it was helpful, if you found any products, and also, if you subscribe, it really helps me keep creating content. You already know, there's a discount link in the description to get the best price on Helium10, and I'll see you in the next class.